Along much of Costa Rica's Pacific coast lives an important and vital ecosystem, the mangrove, or manglar. This swamp forest is composed of 7 tree species, and each species has a specific salt tolerance, which depends on how far upstream they live. The daily tides flood the forest and bring in the nutrients. One of the mangrove tree species is of special interest for bird lovers. The tea mangrove produces a large, nectar-filled flower. Its fruit is also distinctive. The mangrove hummingbird is an endemic and endangered species that lives only in Costa Rica's Pacific mangroves and is very dependent on the tea mangrove. The mangrove hummingbird gets its energy from the flower's nectar and pollinates the trees so that they produce viable seed. The tea mangrove is the only mangrove species pollinated by a vertebrate. All others have insect pollinators. Another mangrove inhabitant is the rare silky anteater, which unknowingly provides nesting material for the mangrove hummingbird. Their nest is relatively small and is composed of balsa floss, plant down, cobwebs, and as seen here, anteater hair. It's decorated with bits of lichen and sits 1 to 4 meters above the water on a mangrove branch. Of course it does. While their preferred flower is the tea mangrove, they also feed on other trees like Lonchocarpus. At times, the mangrove seems to be devoid of flowers, and it's possible that this hummingbird eats many insects at this time. Mangroves are vital as nurseries for fish, crab, and shellfish, and thus Costa Rica's food supply. It's also home to crocodiles, a favorite animal of tourists. Traditionally, chuchecas and pianguas have been harvested from the mangroves. These clams are dug from the mango mud and provide a source of food for many coastal communities. In the 1980s, many mangroves in Costa Rica were threatened by deforestation. Many mangrove species make excellent fuel and charcoal, and the red mangrove is an important source of tannin, which is used in processing leather. Since then, mangroves are now protected by law. But there are still threats from pesticide and fertilizer pollution.